Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, this is going to be a Divine Feminine check-in. I'm going to do a Divine Feminine reading to see where the feminines are at, what the Divine Feminines are thinking about the journey and their counterpart. But this first little bit is just going to be what is bothering the feminines about the journey? What do the feminines need more help with? What is confusing? Anything like that. So let's see. Thank you, Divine Creator. What are the Divine Feminines needing more clarity on? What aspect of the journey? Okay, so we get channeling, the artist. This is a card in this deck that is beyond the world. It's an ascended energy. It's in the reverse, so Divine Feminines. And we kind of got it from, so that's from as above, so below. This is the Eight of Coins, which is specialization, taking your gifts and talents to the next level, really understanding what that is for you. So not a lot about the masculines here at all. I thought we were going to get something about the journey, but it's all about the self, the mission, the purpose, your own higher calling, Divine Feminines here. So let's get some information on the artist in reverse. What can we see for the Divine Feminines to bring more clarity to the artist? Tower in the reverse as well. So this is the major game changer I just heard. Divine Feminines, to come into the full acceptance of your own sovereign giftings into the world. That's what you're being asked to do here. So let's see what energetic card we can get. How do the Divine Feminines let go of the idea of relationship with other right now to really focus on bringing through their highest calling and to have peace about that, to establish that as a new foundation within? What do the feminines need to know about this? I'm hearing it comes later to collaborate with the counterpart. The foundation must be laid first in your own right, or you'll be dropping the ball. You will not be qualified to partner with your counterpart if you don't do your own due diligence for the prerequisite energies to lay the foundation of what will come next. So what is it that the foundation needs to be set on for the feminines? Oh my goodness, we literally get spine of fire, true self, passion, motivation, and purpose. So Divine Feminines, who are you? What enlivens you? What are you passionate about? What motivates you? What is your purpose? And psychic vision, hidden meanings, and dream reading. So you have been getting these cues. You've been getting this information. It's been coming in. And so for many Divine Feminines, if you don't know that you have received these downloads or understandings, they are there. They are there, and it's time to see them for what they are. So what can we know about the spine of fire, true self, passion, motivation, and purpose for the Divine Feminines? Keep an open mind. There are potentials coming in that you don't see immediately available. There are opportunities knocking, I just heard. What else can we know? Empress, your abundance is going to come in unassuming ways. Just by doing you in flow. Divine Feminines, things that you don't think are going to be the be-all end-all are trying to come to you right now that you are saying no to. You're not recognizing because they seem too simple, too seamless, too unassuming, too fluid. That's exactly the kind of ease and grace that you're being brought into that will qualify you to receive your abundance. Low-hanging fruit, effortlessness. We don't always have that message that we're meant to embrace the things that are effortless, but right now, that's what I'm getting. There are things that you can do today, right now, that are effortless. that make your heart sing. What can we see for the seal of indivisible visions? Psychic vision, hidden meanings, and dream readings. We literally get the Judgment, the Revelation card. So things are going to be revealed to you right now, Divine Feminines. It's going to be different for all, but let's see. What else can we know? Something just flew into the future. Things in the 3D are not as they seem. You're going to start looking at the 3D as different. This is a pretty cool message because I have been getting this lately where we're becoming more lucid with how we manifest. It's almost like we're in lucid dreams now, and the things that we used to associate with being able to move in the dreamscape, we can now do that effectively in our waking worlds, in our 3D realities. We can be more lucid with how we manifest. So just allow that metaphor of living the lucid dream to come in and support you right now, Divine Feminines. Okay, and then this diligence, work, specialization. Let's get some clarification. Why is the 8 of Coins here for the Divine Feminines? We have the subconscious, the dream world coming to the forefront again. And, reunion out into the future, but this is inner child healing. This is also bringing those lifelong, deep inspirations out. Only you really know truly what makes you you, Divine Feminines. If you were to write down on a piece of paper the things that you hold most dear, not the 3D things like friends, family, a home, those kinds of things, but energetic things, attributes, priorities, just personal, just first person. What matters most to you as an individual, not necessarily the external stuff that others would see easily. Write those things down. This is the kind of criteria that you're being asked to include going forward for your deepest fulfillment right now. Let's get an energetic card. What else can we see about the secrets coming to light? The feminine subconscious drivers. Radon atom, autonomy, self-fulfillment, non-reaction. So this is the stuff that's uniquely you, Divine Feminines, that you're being asked to really celebrate about yourselves right now, and make sure that you include that going forward. Spiritual sovereignty, really, autonomy and sovereignty. We're getting this very self-focused, what makes your heart sing? Never mind union and coming into connection or collaboration with your masculine. This is really setting a pristine baseline for you, Divine Feminine. What is within your control? What is on your plate? What is in your bag? This stuff. What is your karmic responsibility? What is your sovereign responsibility? What is your skill set? What do you bring? This is just absolutely stunning how concise this message is, Divine Feminines. You're meant to be bringing through something that is as fulfilling for you to bring through as it is for the world to have brought into it. And actually, whatever it is that really turns you on to bring into the world, to resonate in, to live with, that is what you're being asked to bring through. It's an effortless, natural expression, an extension of who you are. That is not egomania, narcissistic, self-absorbed. It is essential, needed, a beautiful example of diversity. Only you can be you, Divine Feminine. You're being asked to step into your fullest expression of who you really are right now. Okay, thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What are the Divine Feminines thinking of the journey at this time? What are the dear divine feminines thinking of their divine counterpart? What are the feminines feeling for the journey on their heart space? What are they feeling for their divine counterparts? In a personal way, what are they wishing for the connections at this time? What are they doing towards the connections at this time that will bring them into closer connection? What are the divine feminines most challenged by at this time? And what is the spirit guided solution and the direction these connections are going in from the divine feminine point of view? Okay. Conscious mind, Seven of Pentacles, Lord of Success Unfulfilled, turned upside down. So before I get to the other one, this is talking about any of the expectations that haven't materialized about reunion. So divine feminines are thinking about the things that haven't worked out. And wondering why. There's a blockage here. So this is kind of amazing. With the eclipse, there was a lot of refining. First off, I want to say that the number one energy I've seen with this eclipse is this concept that the masculines have been hiding away from or denying the recognition of spiritually realized feminines. That veil, that necessity is dropping, and it's not such a scary thing to associate with highly spiritual feminine energy now. Likewise, divine feminines, I think that's why we're getting such a kick in the butt to get on mission and to express our spiritual gifts, express our essence into the world more and more. There's never been a safer, more beautiful time on the planet to do that. Absolutely. And as we express that beautiful sovereign right, the autonomous right to our own sacred aspects, exposure is acceptance. Across the planet, it becomes the new norm where the feminine is allowed to shine that brightly, and the masculines are allowed to be seen in public celebrating that with their feminines. It's a really beautiful thing. So divine feminines are feeling the energies of the eclipse, pinpointing or heightening this inconvenient feeling of not being recognized, not being connected with, not being embraced by the masculine. I think that might be one of the reasons why. What are the feminines thinking about their masculine in general? Lord of perfected success, Ten of Cups, and strength. This is the eternal love. So divine feminines are very much seeing how you, divine masculine, are the epitome of their sense of perfection. And they may have been telling you about this. They may have communicated, showed you through this eclipse at this time. They may be somehow getting through to you that they feel this way, that you are the best one. There's a feeling of having done their best. They feel like they have conveyed this in some way that you would be, I just heard, would be very daft not to understand that they do choose you. Fair. What are the feminines feeling in their heart space for their divine counterpart? King of Cups, Prince of the Chariot of Waters in the reverse, and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So there is a lot of emotional transparency here, but it's not so anxious anymore, I just heard. So the divine feminines are learning to own their emotional preferences, that you, divine masculine, actually are the best one, that their ideals have been refining lifelong, and that you currently, possibly eternally, are the best one for your divine counterpart, and they are allowing themselves to not disintegrate into anxiety over that, but to just embrace it. Yes, it's not so airy-fairy, emo, intangible, rosy sunglasses, like dramatic DQ, drama queen. It's grounding. They're allowing themselves the safety, the preference, the permission to choose you unapologetically, without telling themselves that they're creepy or stalkers. Okay, what are the Divine Feminines feeling on the heart space for you, Divine Masculine, the Star of Destiny? This is beautiful. I was just taken on a mini journey to this star card scene where there's a feminine bare by starlight in a pool, doesn't care who's witnessing, what they'll see, just in the feminine's element, butterflies of transformation, and just in alignment. You have to be very in alignment to just be, and to not have any self-conscious energy. There's no self-conscious energy. It's just oneness with all of creation here. So much so that this feminine doesn't even really know if they're alone or not. It's not even entering into recognition here. It's just what it is. And Six of Swords, this is Lord of Earned Success. We have a lot of cards here of success, perfected success, unfulfilled success, earned success. There's a lot of paradigms of how do we measure success going on here. So Divine Feminines are really wishing to just keep that out of it. And kind of just allow it to be. Oh my gosh, I got so moved by that energy that I didn't even keep track of my cards. So that's on the heart space, yeah. And then we get this Empress. So Divine Feminine stepping into this abundance. This is the key to it, is the wholeness in the Divine Feminine's heart first. And putting this whole idea of success or not to the back burner and just being present and allowing that presence to determine every moment, which brings abundance in. There's a shift of perspective here, that it's not the masculine that creates the fulfillment. That's a co-partner in celebration. The feminine is seeing the merit in just being one with their own essence, good on their own. This is the foundation that is necessary for things to grow in abundance. What is the wish for the feminines for the connection at this time? Knight of Pentacles, which is laying the foundation. It's in the reverse, which means internalized. And Princess of Cups, sweetness. This foundation in sweetness, innocence. I just heard chaste. So this virginal purity, it's kind of like coming back from the wanting to share the sexual energy too, or wanting to share anything with another, and just bringing it back in, turning the energy back in on the feminine and allowing that glorious revelation of self to be there. I just heard making love to self, loving self, cherishing self. So the feminine is really wishing to receive themselves for who they really are. What do we clarify that with? And the Emperor now in the reverse, it's like this deep recognition of self, the feminine bringing their own reverence, permission, acceptance, worthiness, in, not needing that from an external. This is changing the way the feminines communicate, show up, express, navigate their lives. They're not doing anything for external approval anymore. They're doing everything because it feels good to them to do it, without the negative connotations. Fully living, I just heard. Living in the lucid living. Understanding how powerfully we create our reality based on what we're thinking, feeling, harmonizing. What are the feminine's actions at this time? Two of Cups, Lord of Love. Eight of Pentacles, we got this card in the beginning. This is the specialization. Two of Cups is in the reverse, so it's like the proper order of things. The feminines are specializing in who they are. The 8 is only the 8 out of 10. And so there's this idea that the feminines are still building themselves. They're still determining who they are, and that love is teaching them that, is helping reveal their true essence, but that it's also the reward once there's more of an established understanding of who they really are, and that can only happen through the expression. We teach others how to treat us, and the way that others understand that is our expression. So the feminines are exuding, expressing, moving into specialization. We get the Temperance in the reverse here, and so these two last pentacles to the long-term legacy energy have to do with healing and love, balance. Unless we're whole, feminines, this is saying that we're at the 8 out of 10, not quite whole yet. We think we want to fill this in with love, these 2 cups. We need 2 more pentacles of realization to bring it into balance, for it to be a completed work. Oh, what is the biggest challenge for the feminines? 10 of Wands and the World, Lord of Oppression in the reverse, and the World. So these cycles of removing the karmic oppression, the energetic bondage, the old paradigms, the old ways of thinking, the codependency. I'm hearing things like the weak energy, the flaky tendencies, and the destined path. The biggest challenge is continuing to up-level out of the world and come into this cosmic alignment where we're no longer subscribing to, voting for, aligning with things that perpetuate oppression. That means emotionally, mentally, and physically. We are still releasing those things, never to say yes in agreement with those things again. As we stop sweating the 3D stuff, the small stuff, and look to the cosmic. That's the challenge, is continuing to shift the perspective from the temporary to the eternal, from the 3D survival templates to the thriving. What is the spirit-guided solution? The Knight of Cups, Lord of Waves and Water in the reverse. Self-love. Manifesting with the Magician. Manifesting more self-love through being that person that you've always known and felt yourself to become. Continue stepping into the full expression of who you really are, who you've always wanted to be, divine feminines. You're still showing yourself. And passion. This is the incredible vitality and sexual energy that's growing because you love yourself. The charisma. This is the passionate aspect, the free-spirited, wild abandon. This is you having enough to give, divine feminines, so that you are exuding it. So that it's not an act. This card can sometimes be an act. Seduction, all talk. Continue manifesting enough self-love that it's not an act, that seduction is not an act. It's just you. It's just who you are. Your sexuality, your sensuality, your aliveness, that it is just who you are, and you own it so much, divine feminines, that there's no agenda. There's nothing to win or lose. You've reclaimed your sexuality. It's so hinged with the light, with spiritual understanding and the light. Sexual energy and consciousness are so intertwined with the sacral chakra. That's why you can silence somebody who's a spiritual being if you knock them out with a sexual attack, because it's so hinged. That creative life force that runs through the sacral chakra is connected with channeling the voice of the divine, but it's also essential with our sexuality. The two go hand in hand. One of the quickest ways to negate somebody's value is to target them with a sexual attack so that they forget their divine worth, or attempt to. So pay attention to that. Reclaim your sacred, sensual aspect that has safety. The safety to exude your fullness, the health, the vitality, your creative youth, divine feminines. What is the direction of the connections in the near future? Five of Swords, reclaiming the free will to do what you want, to trust yourself, to know that what you want to do is in alignment with your highest path. Your Ten of Pentacles. It's about giving yourself permission to be fully you, divine feminines. So divine masculines watching, your divine feminines are unapologetically them, and they are right on track. Okay, much love everyone. Bye for now.